It's on the league group. Go ahead and upload it.
Oh, yeah. Make a live post. Say we're
And
live.
here we go. We are in the match now.
All right.
So, welcome to Grand Finals of the Capital One circuit. This is going to be Team Black Dynamite versus Team Fiddlesticks.
It's been 4 weeks in the making
Yeah,
now.
it has.
Now we're coming. There's a great prize pool involved.
Yep.
A lot of very excited competitors overall.
Team Fiddlesticks starts us off with the Morgana ban. Team Black Dynamite appropriately banning Fiddlesticks first. That's what you want to do against Team Fiddlesticks.
And I've heard Fiddlesticks actually with the recent jungle changes has gotten a hell of a lot stronger. Like he's much more consistent of both a camp clear and a ganker.
Exactly, and we've got more bans coming out. Lee Sin, that's going to be targeting Tree Stump. Lucian is going to go ahead and be targeting, I believe that's You Only Legs Once. Probably just going to call him YOLO for the rest of this match.
Now, Lee Sin is one of those junglers that's been strong throughout the entire history of League of Legends. He's known as the one champion whose kit is so well designed that you can't nerf him.
Yep.
Because a skilled player will really suffer, but a skilled player makes him completely overpowered in the first place.
Yeah, and he's incredibly strong in the early game. His stats are amazing, and just in the hands of a great player, he's hard to deal with. Next ban coming through, we've got Jarvan coming through. I'm not exactly sure who that's targeted for. Probably just for Tree Stump again. But I wouldn't be surprised to see Tree Stump grab one of the new junglers. And Corki is going to be your final ban here, aimed right at You Only Legs Once. And quickly, the Warwick,
Yes.
the OP Warwick just grabbed immediately. That's going to go onto, I believe, Sick Grimes is going to be the Warwick player. And meanwhile, Tree Stump mousing over that Udyr. And let's see what Nisha Please ends up picking. How do you feel about the Warwick, though?
So Warwick is one of the champions that's actually gotten a lot stronger in the current meta. He usually suffered with the fact that he has not the fastest clears simply because he has no AoE abilities, nothing like that. And he really suffers to gank before he's level 6 because he has no hard CC to lock anyone down. I mean, he has an attack speed boost, a Q that just deals a chunk of damage, and an E that just helps him move faster, but nothing to lock down and really secure a gank. But at level 6, he gets that suppression. He ends up being super powerful, and you just have to stay at a consistent place where you don't need your jungler until level 6.
All right, and switching back over to the other side, Tree Stump ended up locking in that Udyr. Nisha Please going to lock in Zyra. That's going to go on RX Yemen. So Nisha Please not committed to an AD carry quite yet, but RX Yemen loves that Zyra. He's going to stick to it. You Only Legs Once with the Lucian banned out. Going to go ahead and grab Graves right now. And it's up to W Gong to pick the next character. Looks like that's going to be the support Leona coming through. That's a very aggressive bot lane for
Graves Leona is a fantastic bot lane because every time that Leona pops her Sunlight passive, which deals extra damage if hit by a different champion, Graves, he has multiple AoE abilities. All of them except his dash are actually AoE, and all of them can pop that Sunlight passive, meaning at level 6, when they both get their ultimates, that is a huge, huge, devastating burst that's going to pop into bot lane.
And back on the other side, RX Yemen's going to go ahead and lock in that Tristana. Now, Tristana and Zyra, that's a very sort of safe back off lane. Tristana is going to get that range as she levels up, get a lot stronger over time. And they're going to have to find a way to survive this Graves Leona lane that's just going to dive into them over and over in the bottom lane. Meanwhile, Inept might be locking in that Yasuo. He has a lot of games on Yasuo. Yasuo is his preferred champ.
He's got over, if I remember, he's got over 150 games on Yasuo, something like that. But he has played Yasuo in earlier tournament matches, but he has yet to struggle with success. So he has yet to really succeed on that champion. So I'm really glad they switched over to Orianna instead.
Yeah, Orianna definitely a much better of a team player as a character. You get the ball out, help your teammates. Those shockwave ults are going to be critical, especially with an Udyr just running into the team. Sick Grimes mousing over that Irelia, Sergeant Cran getting Syndra. That's completely expected for that team. Their top laner, W Gong, is very solid on Irelia. And Sergeant Cran with the Syndra, another classic for him. So we're going to see Syndra versus Orianna in the mid lane. How do you feel about that matchup?
So here's the thing. Orianna has a lot of very consistent wave clear. She is one of those champions that every time that you struggle to find a straight up overpowered mid laner, you resort back to Orianna. She's always strong, she's got great wave clear, great utility damage. And Syndra, on the other hand, is very bursty. She chunks you for a huge amount of damage with her ultimate. And this is entirely, in my eyes, a skill matchup, because if Orianna gets stunned, hit with Unleashed Power, she's dead. However, dodge a few of those abilities, respond with Command Shockwave, she wins that matchup. So it's super even, and it really depends on who's the better player here.
And I'd like to point out, Jadamus is actually mousing over this Lulu. Now, that would be a super interesting top lane, and it looks like that's going to get locked in. Let's talk about this team comp for Black Dynamite on the purple side. That's going to be a Lulu is going to have shields. We're going to have Orianna is going to have shields, and they don't really have a solid tank, but they have a lot of disengage. They have a lot of poke. They have a lot of ability to outrange people, and then they have Udyr for when things get close and personal. That's a really interesting comp because I know their team is very much centered around defending Nisha Please. That's going to be their team strategy for the most part. Meanwhile, on the other side, we have a very sort of balanced team comp.
We have some teams psyching themselves up outside.
Yeah, we can hear them cheering through the wall. I don't know if that was caught on stream. But anyway, on the other side, going back to what we were talking about, Team Fiddlesticks has this really solid, balanced style. You've got a Leona for engage. You've got a Warwick for engage. You can land a stun on Syndra and get an engage out of it. So because they're very close up and they have a lot of engage potential, I want to see how they'll do against this disengage-heavy comp that Team Black Dynamite is bringing forward.
So, I mean, I see your point saying that it's a very, the purple team has this orientation where they want to protect Nisha Please on Tristana. However, look at blue team's response to that. You got the Warwick suppression. That can't be blocked. If he can get in range for his ultimate, he's landing it no matter what. Follow that up with Leona. Follow that up with Syndra. Follow that up with even Irelia. I don't know how they're going to be able to keep 4 members of blue team off of a single Tristana by herself.
Where do I go for this?
Oh, LOL Nexus.
Oh, I thought you wanted us to do there. Sorry, we're going to get you to the LOL Nexus data in just a second so we can check out runes and masteries. I have to type in the right thing, though, because apparently I just don't do that. I'm going to jump over to the monitor as it loads up. So here we go. This is all of our players right here. No interesting messages this time. Morgana Freeman, though. I like that. So let's talk about the masteries. Let's start with the bot lane. We've got Graves doing your literally standard AD in 21-9-0.
Very original.
Leona going on Leo and super defensive 0-21-9. So absolutely, no damage or anything coming out of her.
I mean, that's
early.
the proper way to go. Leona, you don't need damage. You want to be the full tank. I'm hoping she has armor ruins even. Trying to get that. She doesn't.
Yeah, she has +9 armor.
That could be anything. Pretty sure.
And jumping over to the other side of bot lane, Morgana Freeman, a lot of stuff coming out for Zyra in the rune pages, as well as 9-0-21. The mastery page says Vel'Koz support. And Tristana doing standard attack speed with no lifesteal, actually, has mana regen per 5
Interesting.
on Tristana.
I've never seen mana problems.
What?
I've never seen mana problems on Tristana. She is a complete auto attack champion. She pretty much only uses her ability. I mean, her Q's free. Her jump you pretty much only use if you're either securing a kill or escaping yourself. And I don't think she's a mana-reliant champion at all.
So I'd also like to point out this top lane matchup where we have Irelia versus Lulu, where both of them have very aggressive masteries and runes. We've got a lot of attack damage and some attack speed for Irelia, as well as 17-12-1.
Yeah, can you click on that?
Yeah, so he's got an extra 1 in the mana regen. The 12 is just so he can get Juggernaut and Resistance, and then the 17 is for Blade Weaving and Dangerous Game. So very interesting setup. But clearly, I mean, Irelia is a champion he likes. This is just his Irelia page.
Wow.
He only uses this for Irelia, I'm assuming, because it's called Irelia
the
OP.
magic resist is really going to help him out in that Lulu matchup.
Exactly.
I don't know what that 1 mana regen is going to do for him. Maybe we'll see him just barely get a kill by having just enough mana to pull off some ability, and we will know then.
And finally, we can talk about the mid lanes, but those are pretty standard. 21-0-9 for both of them. Both of them doing some standard runes. And the junglers, we have Zinzao on Warwick, so he's going attack speed and he's going damage, which is something Warwick can do very easily in the new jungle. And he's got this 9-21-0 setup, so he can be just tanky. And Udyr, a little bit different, 0-9-21.
Yeah, it's kind of a squishy, very utility run, but I mean, he's going for the consistent switching between stances. He's going to go for those really strong ganks. And he just has to play a little bit more defensive than a tank Udyr would usually have to play early in the game.
All right, so that's going to go ahead and cover all of the runes and masteries. We can actually jump right on into the game and take a quick look at the summoner spells, because we haven't given any talk about this yet. There we go. Yep. And we just double check. But, well, we're just going to have to hope the stream is right.
No verification, but that's all right.
Yeah, I can't alt-tab it. Yeah, make sure the overlay's correct.
Right.
Give us like a thumbs up or something. Anyway, let's talk about the top lane summoner spells. We actually have double teleport, so both of them can match each other there. And the mid lane is actually a heal on Orianna, which I don't think I've seen before.
Well, so here's the thing that you talked about, the teleport. That's something I really want to bring up, because teleport is a really interesting ability in the sense that there are different players who use teleport for different reasons. So some people use teleport so they can get back into lane as quickly as possible and shove down those towers at every opportunity they have. Other players really like to use teleport for the sake of, let's say, ganking bot lane or securing dragon. And in this new Summoner's Rift, remember, dragon is now worth a lot more. It's harder to take down, but it gives you better rewards. So if one of these players is really used to using teleport to push towers instead, he's got to be able to adjust.
I'd like to point out that Udyr actually started with Phoenix Stance immediately. So I would expect them not to invade if he started with Phoenix Stance. I'd expect a Bear Stance if they were going to invade. They've managed to get here with no vision from blue side. He doesn't have any idea that they are in that bush. So let's see if they actually get caught. They're about to all run into this bush. You see them pinging it. Sick Grimes just staying patient. Here we go, coming around the wall. They're going to jump in. Are they going to get him? There's no Bear Stance. If he had Bear Stance, he would have been able to catch him. Sick Grimes gets snared by Zyra. Zyra, they're still trying to put on as much damage as possible, but no. He's going to walk right on away, and red team is going to go ahead and drop a few more wards.
I don't. Why the Phoenix Stance invade? Just why? The most you're going to do is a little bit of damage to AoE, and I'm guessing they were relying on that Zyra catch, and they got it, but they caught Leona. They caught the tankiest member of the other team, and I'm not sure what the purpose of that invade was. He might have just leveled up the wrong ability. I don't know.
Yeah, he started Phoenix Dance really early. That's why I was a little bit surprised. Is it wrong? There's no overlay?
No, we're looking at something different. Really, no.
This isn't the stream.
I'm watching the stream.
Okay. We can't get it fixed because you can't alt tab. It's the alt tab issue.
That's fine. Maybe next week.
Yeah. All right, we'll come back with our overlay later. It's for the meantime. Go ahead and enjoy this.
Apologies, but while we are getting into the very beginning of the game, I would like to remind everyone this is the Capital One Circuit University of Maryland Fall Tournament.
Yep.
We have this hosted entirely by Capital One, and we've got a bunch of members from the University of Maryland competing for our fantastic prize pool at the end of the semester.
So here we go, getting started now. The two junglers already adapting to the new Season 5 changes. Udyr starting Gromp before grabbing blue. Warwick starting on the Krugs before he grabs red buff. And we're already right underway. And bot lane is going to be where we get started.
Now, bot lane is actually this really interesting lane where Tristana and Zyra have so much poke potential on Graves and Leona that they're going to be able to consistently wear them down. But if Leona and Graves actually choose to engage, like maybe when they're level 2, that'd be a great time to engage, and jump on someone who's super squishy like Zyra, that could almost be a guaranteed kill. So it's this back and forth where one team can poke, one team can engage.
Exactly right, and it looks like the junglers are now making their way over to their second buff. No, actually, Udyr took a lot of damage trying to take blue buff. I guess he's gonna head on back. Warwick, in the meantime, gonna go ahead and grab his wolves. You know, a lot of pushing coming through from Jadamis against W Gong in the top lane. We're gonna be weary if Irelia gets to the late game with tons of farm and gets so big that she's unstoppable.
Right, well remember, Warwick has his innate sustain, his passive heals with every single auto attack, and his Q deals a chunk of damage in return for a gained chunk of health. Meanwhile, Udyr has no sustain. I mean, he's got the shield, he gets a little bit of lifesteal off of his turtle stance, but that's not going to be nearly enough to match Warwick's sustain in the jungle.
And Warwick gonna grab his own blue buff really quick. Udyr on his way over to his red buff to get that underway. Meanwhile, in the mid lane, Orianna has actually been pushing Syndra under her tower pretty hard. Orianna taking actually a pretty sizable farm lead for this early in the game. A little bit surprised about that. I mean, Syndra's already popped a health pot. Orianna has 2 biscuits to work with.
Right, well, I mean, Irelia went for that regen, so in the top lane, she's going for that long haul. And the one thing I find really interesting right now is they're actually pretty much even in farm. It's 13 to 14, despite Lulu's range and consistent poke. Irelia's got that innate sustain. She's got the regen from her potions. And I legitimately believe that when she starts getting a few items and builds towards a Trinity Force or whatever she wants to build, she engages onto Lulu, she'll have a very distinct advantage.
We've got a little bit of a trade here. Sergeant Cran taking a lot of damage,
Yeah.
dropping below 300 health. starting to heal it back up. But like I said, Inept with 2 biscuits gonna have the advantage in healing in that lane. I mean, Syndra is out of health bots and she's very low right now. Or she's getting a little bit higher, but Inept can always just throw on more damage as he pleases.
I talked about earlier about how both these champions, Orianna and Syndra, have to play this amazing juking game. They have to dodge each other's abilities consistently while landing their own. And that's very, very difficult to do, especially in a high-pressure stakes like this.
Here we go, Treestump finding Pew Pew in the jungle right after cleaning up the Crab. Crab, of course, is going to grant vision on Dragon for about 75 seconds, and then it'll go back to being a Crab. But that is red. That is red side vision of Dragon, so they don't have to worry about any ganks coming through there. They even have a pink ward in the river, so they are very prepared.
We're seeing Sig Grimes getting affected by that poke potential I talked about. Zyra deals so much damage. We saw that she was 9-0 of 21 in her mastery stages, and she is really looking to make sure that Leona is never high enough health to actually get that engage that could be so devastating.
As we're seeing right now, RX Yaman continuing to, just put on that damage with that harass. Now, he's low on mana at this point, so he doesn't really have the ability to continue harassing the other members down, but it still gives Ninja Please the option to just sort of farm for free. We've got W Gong actually going hard in on Jadamus. Jadamus is low on mana, forced to just harass back with auto attacks.
Irelia's got that damage, she's got that sustain, and she's able to jump in and actually do a lot of damage onto Jadamus, because every time she pops her W active, she deals true damage with every single auto attack and also heals for a significant amount. So despite Lulu's poke advantage, look at the farm. She's 11 farm ahead right now, and that's just from having sustain and knowing when to go aggressive.
And Crystalline Flash was clearly the choice to make for Irelia in the top lane. Both of them now out of heals, but Irelia has the health and mana advantage. Here we go, they're both 6. She's gonna go in with the level 6. There's the flash. Are we gonna see a wild growth to save her? No. The flash is gonna be, and a little bit of a laugh just for some BM. But yes, the flash is now blown in the top lane. Irelia is gonna take that farm up and push that tower down.
Now, something I want to point out is that at this point, Warwick is level 5. He's getting close to that stage where he can actually start ganking. Udyr has been level 5. I mean, he's got the bear stance for a stun, but he hasn't really been doing anything. So we might see very, very soon both junglers spring into action as they gain their... Ooh, that was falling dangerously close. But junglers are going to start ganking very soon, and Warwick is going to be devastating.
And let's talk about the junglers real quick. They've both already got their new jungle items. We've got the Ranger's Trailblazer on Treestump. That means he's going to be farming a lot. Smite has a lower cooldown, and it's AoE now. That's a farming jungle item. Meanwhile, on the other side of that, Warwick got Skirmish's Saber. What that means is he can smite champions, and he'll do bonus damage to them for a little while. So if he smites someone before he ults them, all of those attacks do bonus damage from his ult. That's the really smart thing you can do with Warwick in the new season jungle.
That's why he's so much stronger now. Just that one item giving him a huge boost to his ganks in the early game. I want to point out that actually both these teams, this is the first tournament matches they've played on the new Summoner's Rift.
Yeah.
It's kind of a wild card between both teams as they try to figure out what's strong in this current meta and what has fallen out of favor from the previous meta.
You got the pink ward. Very worth. Anyway, jumping back into the real game. Well, let's take a quick look at the farm. We were talking about mid lane earlier. Orianna is actually continuing to just destroy Sergeant Cran in the farm. He's almost 20 CS ahead right now. But in every other lane, that's not the story. It's approximately even, or in top lane, Irelia has a small lead. How does Lulu have the level advantage? That's pretty goofy.
I believe Lulu popped her teleport.
Oh, here we go. Finally, the gank from Pew Pew. There's the ignite. So much damage! And first blood goes to Pew Pew.
The Unleash power dealing so much damage. I keep talking about how Inept has to dodge those abilities, but how do you dodge that suppression? It's an instant blink, there's no going around it, and that gives the super easy setup.
Meanwhile, in the bottom lane, Nisha Please going real deep. He only legs once, getting super low, but Nisha Please is taking a lot of damage. Are they going to turn around onto Leona? No, Sick Grimes saving his teammate and walks on out of there.
How smart was that? They just hit level 6 and immediately they go aggressive because their lane opponents are still level 5. That's how you do damage. That's how you force people to back. And
oh my god, the aggression from W Gong. The ult comes out, but it doesn't matter. Jadamus just destroys him instantly, and Jadamus is going to come out with a kill.
That was a very odd engage, I have to say. He was trying to get that burst, but you can't really burst down a Lulu when she has that much health and still has Wild Growth available, which she didn't even have to use. and Lulu can turn around and do so much burst damage. I don't know if that was the best engage there.
I think what he did see is that she was low on mana, and he thought maybe if I can dive her with the ult will help me sustain through, but it just didn't matter in the end. Jumping back to the bot lane. This bot lane is pushing in so hard. Graves is actually still farming very effectively under his own turret. It was 64 to 59. The item difference is probably in favor of Tristana with a BF sword to the pickaxe plus Doran's blade on the other side.
The double Dorans will give him a little bit more sustain, but that's not really going to help when he can get bursted so hard by Tristana. Look at him, he's struggling to be in range to farm because he's so afraid of the poke coming out from Zyra and Tristana. If Zyra locks him down, Tristana can kill him in a second. And so he can't even farm properly, and he's forced to back.
Yeah, forced to back right there, and he's gonna maybe get some more items. Hopefully he can come back with more pots or something to help him win that lane. I thought Udyr was coming through to get Orianna. It freaked me out for a second. Oh man. Meanwhile, Warwick's actually hanging out near the bot lane, and there's no wards for a red team in this try. They're clearing it out right now so Pew Pew can come through. Meanwhile, they've actually had this pink ward in the bush since like the game started.
Right, and people might be spotted by that. I mean, the bot lane is backing.
Meanwhile, Gong finding Tree Stump. He's gonna get chased down with Bear Stance. The red buff doing so much damage. There's the slow from Lulu. The flash over the wall. A beautiful flash. Tree Stump's gonna go for it. He's gonna get him. Catches him, and Tree Stump with the kill is gonna take another life from Irelia for red side.
Very, very nice aggression there from Tristan. He knew to fight because he had the red buff, he had the persistent slow, and Lulu supporting him over the wall to secure that slow, which prevented Irelia from getting too much distance before she flashed over.
Here we go. Looks like Udyr trying to get some more. Tried to help out mid, but it wasn't enough. Meanwhile, we've got some fights over the crab, it looks like, starting up, cleaning up some pink wards. Good vision, using the seed to get vision in the bush so they could clean that up.
Now, something I really want to point out is that crab is adorable.
Where's the crab at? There he is.
There it is.
Aww.
That's just the cutest little thing right there.
So cute.
Let's murder
Look
it.
how calm it is. You know what's really goofy about it is it has Yasuo's dash. When it gets too far from its camp, it dashes through you. It's really funny, and it scares me every time. I'm like, it's hitting me! So let's go ahead and take this lull in gameplay. Take a look at the gold real quick. Let's look at how the gold is divided from both teams. A lot of the gold for Team Fiddlesticks is going to their mid and their jungler. The jungler actually with the most gold right now because he has the first blood kill, and he's also farming pretty well. Meanwhile, on the other side, the gold pretty evenly divided among the rest of, except for the support, obviously. But the rest of Team Black Dynamite has a good chunk of gold. Here we go. We got a little bit of a dive in from Gong. They're going to trade a little bit here. Nice polymorph to get out of that situation. But Gong is actually going to turn on the ult. Look at the damage he's doing. The dash. The wild growth comes through in the nick of time. Gong was able to blow the ult from Lulu, but had to use the ult himself. So it's a pretty even trade. But Lulu sitting at lower health.
The real advantage to Irelia is when she can get those auto attacks, those true damage auto attacks. No, little crab buddy, no! No!
Now, Tree Stump still has the Raptor bonus. He smited Raptor, which means every time he gets viewed by a ward, he can clear it out. He didn't end up clearing out a lot of the wards that saw him, but he didn't. He could have. And I think blue team was unaware, but they managed to get a ward down in the nick of time right on Dragon, so they'll still have vision in case either team goes for it. Now, the first Dragon is very key in this match because the first Dragon gives 8% AD and AP. That's magic damage and physical damage. You get 8% bonus with the first Dragon. So that's a pretty key bonus that you can get.
Remember, instead of getting that global golden...
The ult! Yoli Yola once is gonna go ahead and heal and flash away. Everything blown, but oh my goodness, they tried to burst him down so hard. Flash and heal and quick draw to get out. Pew Pew.
Both junglers are here.
Yeah, hanging out nearby. Here we go. Udyr trying to get something started. Nisha Please is gonna just poke on a little bit of damage onto Sick Grimes, and he's gonna walk away as well.
That was a really, really solid disengage, but it taught a very important lesson. I talked about earlier how Leona and Graves are able to get that engage because they have so much burst and they have a lot of lockdown. But Tristana and Zyra have laid down so much poke that they're able to out-damage and out-harass Graves and Leona. And at this point, Graves and Leona can't engage anymore. They're far enough behind.
And here we go. Gong going in again with that ult. Wild Growth is up again for Jadamus as his flash, but he dies anyway. No ult at all. He wasn't expecting that amount of damage.
He was not expecting the burst, and Irelia has a really deceiving amount of burst because she does auto attack.
Oh, the shockwave onto Sergeant Cran. The flash comes out, but Bear Stance is gonna stun her up. There's a beautiful scatter of the week. The ult comes in. He turns it around. I don't believe this. What a play!
God.
Sergeant Cran with the turnaround and the save from Pew Pew. That should at least be a dragon. They're all heading bot. The bottom lane from red team can't do anything about this right now.
That is how you have map awareness. That is how you come to the support of your team, and that is how you capitalize off kills. You reverse the gank, you pick up those kills, you stay aggressive when you need to, and then you pick up that dragon, and this puts blue team at a very nice advantage coming into this middle game.
And that was actually perfect timing because the crab vision has actually expired for red team. They don't even know that they did that dragon. I know they can probably assume it, but they don't have an exact timer right now. So that's going to be really tough for them going forward.
One of my personal points is that the team that can coordinate for those dragons is you. Ooh.
Oh my goodness, that is actually really solid. They might get Yo only legs once. All of his summoners are down, but look at the burst damage coming through. No, Nisha Please is gonna get him. Is he gonna get Sick Grimes? He jumps away. Beautiful dodge on the Zenith Blade. Can Eric Examine finish it? The first double kill. Really well done by Nisha Please. He's gonna get 2 kills.
He knows exactly how to stay in the fight just enough so that the other team is baited into staying. He was exhausted. He decided to duke it out anywhere, fighting dangerously low, but there was no point in running because all the time he spent running, he loses that time laying down damage. And he played that very, very well.
And with 2 kills, he's able to buy a static Shiv on top of the BF sword he has. He's gonna do tons of damage.
I have to say, I've seen RX Jammin perform in previous games where he played a great Thresh, a great Blitzcrank. He does so well on his supports. He knows exactly when to engage, exactly when to harass, and the teamwork between him and Nice Please is what let them dominate bot lane consistently, and they have much greater synergy than Sick Grimes and Yoling Legs once right now.
Yeah, it's going to be a really tough lane for them now that that double kill is going to be a big changer in the setup of that lane, because now Tristana is just going to be way too much to deal with. I mean, oh my goodness, look how fast she attacked with her Q1. That's going to be so much damage.
The scary part is that she's got to be F-Sword. There you go. Don't miss the pink.
Oh. Inept and Tree Stump could actually get a corner here. Here we go. Oh, the Shockwave is going to come out. The Bear Stance, they just caught him trying to kill a pink ward, but was the pink ward worth it? No, it was not. He's going to go down.
Despite that, there is a very close gold difference right now, and we're seeing a bit of lag come out or some great synergy.
No, this is
both
lag.
teams.
This is some lag. There we go, we're back in. Did anyone die? It doesn't. Yep. So that was really well done by red team. I don't know what it is they did, but it was well done.
When Adir flashed 3 times in a row, I was really impressed.
When Adir appeared on the other side of the map, that's when we knew. Oh my goodness.
Anyway, look, Purple Team right now is still at over 3,000 gold advantage, and that's despite being down a dragon, despite that reversal in the mid lane. And you know why that is? It's because they're farming really well across the board. The only person that has less farm, just completely less farm, is Zyra, and Zyra doesn't matter because she's a support. Consistently farming is one of the great ways to make your team get ahead. So even though they're down that dragon, they still have a very strong running here, and they just picked up a tower.
Yeah, that's going to be a nice amount of gold for his team. W Gong going home a little bit early and letting Jadamis push all the way through the tower. So now that they have the top tower, they can send Lulu anywhere really, especially because her teleport's up, and W Gong's is still down from when he went mid. So Lulu has the ability to help out anywhere.
Now, we're approaching the 20-minute mark, and we're really getting close to that mid-game. And one of the things I'd really like to see is for Purple Team to transition into capturing those dragon objectives. They let the first one fall, but that's because they got gank. We have 2 minutes until the next one, so we'll pretty much be up right at the 20-minute mark. And they're pulling up ahead in the gold lead, but they need to secure their overall team coordination. Gold doesn't matter much if you can't coordinate on top of it. So I really want to see them make this transition into more of a bottom lane, especially with the top tower down.
Oh my god, the disengage from this bottom lane is ridiculous. Here we go, we've actually got Syndra coming in. He's gonna get a Scatter of the Weak on a net. Is he gonna alter? The heal comes out, but a nice command protect might have just saved her. The Ignite is gonna do it though, and that's gonna be a dead Orianna. Syndra's gonna take one more.
Syndra's has got the chalice. She's got the unholy grail, sorry, and the blasting wand, and she's doing so much damage. Why? Because she lands that stun, lays down her Q to get an extra ball, which adds power to her ultimate, and she's doing so much insane damage. But we're gonna see how this transitions, because if Inept does the same, he can burst her down.
Look at the damage from W Gong just with a few auto attacks, and it's that rushing Trinity Force build that's really giving him so much burst. We've actually got a gank coming in on the bottom lane. There's the ult from Leona, not gonna land, but Warwick is gonna get in onto RTM, and that's gonna be a dead RTM, and so much burst. They're actually gonna keep going. It looks like Nisha, please. But can he get? Oh, pew pew! No, he misses. But that was what RXAMA needed, so that was really solid by blue team. They've got a free kill in the bot lane.
That blink suppression is devastating. There's no way to block it, and Zyra threw all her abilities down just trying to get Leona out of the way, and that wasn't nearly enough. And this is why I have some concern for team fights, because if they don't manage to lock down and burst down Warwick, he's going to get that ultimate off of Nice Please no matter what.
There we go, Wgong continuing to do this insane harass in the top lane that he's been doing, baiting out that shield and then walking right away. But now Jadamus actually putting on the damage right on back, and looks like Udyr's trying to make his way around to get a kill. There's no tower here. Wgong is super out of position. Here we go. There's the stun. The stun comes back on Tree Stump.
Oh.
And that stun is way longer. Here comes the Bear Stance. He catches up. There's the stun. Finally, can they bring him down? Yes, Tree Stump is going to get that kill.
Now, Jadamus missed his slow there, but by God, when Udyr ganked, he was 3-1. He's got the Phage, he's got the Sheen, he's got the Devourer. He has so much damage overall. There's no way that Irelia... I think he can 1v1 Irelia just fine here. But the one thing is that right now we got 7 seconds till Dragon's up, and neither team is prepared to take it when they really should be coordinating for those local objectives.
I'd like to point out what you were saying about the Devourer. The Devourer is your new Feral Flare, but it's an enchantment on any jungle item. Anytime you kill a monster, the damage on whatever jungle item you have goes up by 1, and kills and assists make it 2. So the fact that both of them have Devour means both of them are going to do tons of damage as they continue to farm up in the jungle. The difference is that Udyr's original jungle item is better for farming than Warwick's is, and as you can see, Udyr's actually has this huge farm advantage because of it.
Right. Well, he's also got the innate wave clear on his Phoenix stance. He can go through camps really, really quickly, while Warwick is restricted to a single target damage.
Let's see. Oh, Inept knows that Pew Pew is there. He's just going to poke him and say, get out of there. Go away. No one's actually taking the crab. The crab could be huge, especially because Dragon is live right now. And this second Dragon, while it won't mean much for blue side, it'll mean red side not getting their first Dragon.
Yeah,
and that'll be important. And here we go. Red side going to go ahead and start it off. Here comes all of blue team to force it. Irelia is actually teleporting in the bot. Here we go. Here comes the team by Tree Stump. In with the flash. He's going in for Sergeant Cran, but he's being forced back. They're trying to finish the Dragon at the same time. They're getting split. Beautiful shockwave. Hit so many of them. Yuli Legs once is gonna have to go down. No, there's only 2 of them left. Red team has only lost 1 player. The shockwave from Orianna, the MVP. Jadamus is trying to chase him down, but I don't think he's gonna get him. The flash, is he gonna do it? Yes, he is. Another kill for Jadamus, and the only living member of blue side is Sick Grimes, and red team is gonna get their dragons. That is 1 dragon apiece.
That is a dragon, that is a 1-for-4 exchange, and that very well might be mid-turret here, depending on how fast they push. But by God, the zoning was fantastic. The problem was that blue team tunneled. They got very, very close together, and you cannot get close together against that command shock wave, that wild growth, that Zyra lockdown. You pretty much funnel and you get bursted immediately, and the biggest problem was Nice Please completely uncontested in the back there.
Yep.
And now they are sitting in a very, very nice 7,000 gold advantage coming in to the 23-minute mark.
And that's the team comp that red side likes to run, Team Black Dynamite. It's all about protecting Nisha Please and letting him do as much damage as he wants from the back. And with a character like Tristana, you just can't let him do that. That beautiful command shockwave pretty much sealed the deal on that fight. There was no way they were going to get through to the back lines of Team Black Dynamite. Team Fiddlesticks was caught, and it looked like it was over. Uh-oh, Jadamus, there's the ult, there's the smite. Look at the damage after the smite, but Jadamus is going to go ahead and use Wild Growth. He's trying to disengage, and he gets away with the Glitter Lance. And here comes Tree Stump. They're going to turn this into a 2v2. No, they're just going to run away now that Wgong has made himself appeared.
Yeah, Jadamus had no mana. There was nothing he could really follow up with without a couple of auto attacks at most. And that's just not enough to engage upon.
It's like blue side's going to go ahead and take the crab.
No.
The crab only lasts for about 75 seconds, but it goes down for 3 minutes. They're actually going to try and turn this around, and Tree Stump, I don't think it's a good idea. Look at the damage from Tree Stump. That Devourer enchantment is so good. He's so fast. There he goes down. And now they're going to turn it around onto Sick Grimes. That's going to be a second kill. Completely caught out.
Now the Man Bear Pig Udyr is wrecking through all of them. Look at that. He outran Leona's ultimate. She couldn't even land it on him because the Flash Incarnate, with his Trinity Force movement speed boost, the Ninja Tabby, there's no stopping him. And a fed tanky Udyr is terrifying to face because you can't slow him down, you can't kill him, and he will outdamage you all day.
Let's point out that he has a Trinity Force and he does 76 bonus magic damage with every attack right now.
Oh my
and he
God.
still can build that up more. 76 is what he's sitting on right now. And if we compare that to Warwick, who's only at 50 bonus damage, so, I mean, Udyr just wrecks people. He's just an auto attack focused monster.
And above 50% health, Udyr has a much easier time locking down champions. He gets to them way faster, and WGong actually almost catching out Inept. WGong jumped onto him, he could have slowed and potentially killed with Sergeant Crayon's help.
Yeah, that could have been crazy.
Yeah, red team here is now facing an incredibly strong tank and so much CC and utility from the Lulu Orianna Zyra composition. They have to figure out a way to get past that initial tank and survive the CC. That's why I think Irelia is a great pick. She gets CC reduction with the more champions that are around here. So she'll at least have that advantage, but they need to get tanky enough to survive all of that, especially if they want to get into this late game.
Yeah, we'll have to see if they can pull that off. Sergeant Crayon trying to keep them off of this pink ward, but I don't think he can make it last. Here we go. Oh, there's Inept getting caught out. No smite from Pew Pew. I guess it's down right now. Inept's going to use heal to try and get on out of there. There's the command shockwave. Look at the damage. But the ball's coming through from Syndra.
Oh my god!
The collateral damage barely missing. Nisha, please, trying to jump over the wall and just whiffs. Inept barely surviving. That was so close. Trisam, a one-man army with Jadamus, doesn't go in for the wild growth. Didn't realize he could go through with it. But man, blue team finally getting a couple catches here, but not able to turn it around. RHM catching out Sick Grinds. Is he going to keep him going? Trisam coming around the side. Sergeant Crane is so low. They're going to go in onto Sick Grinds. There's the ult from RHM, not going to knock up anybody. The disengage from blue, too strong. Nisha, please, gets obliterated. What a dive in. Blue team's going to turn this around. No, they're not. WGong getting so low, they're going to knock away Trisam. This disengage is so real. Are they actually going to bring him down? Yes, they got him down. Are they going to chase down Jadamus? No, but they have managed to take down 3 for 2. That is exactly what blue side needed. Oh, not that. Oh my god, a 4th one. Inept. Oh
my god.
And everyone just getting picked off at low percent here.
What is happening? There is no focus whatsoever. Nige Please got so out of extended. And every member of Red Team is getting so insanely greedy across the board. They're hunting for those kills. They're not locking anyone down. Sergeant Crayon and Inept here duking it out. Whoever lands a burst first wins.
Pretty much.
And this is what happens when you get a little bit aggressive, when you don't have actual focus, and when you start going for those kills. Blue team did a nice job juggling aggro there. It's like they were facing the old dragon NPC.
Yeah, yeah, that was what made them, essentially win that fight, is the fact that they focused so well and they disengaged perfectly. They were getting away from Trisam, who's incredibly fast and powerful right now, and they were keeping him away. They were dodging everything that red side had. They dodged RX Yaman's ult. They dodged the snares. They dodged the wild growth. They were so set up to just get out of the fight, and then Nietzsche Please handed himself to them on a silver platter and made that fight workable for blue team, and they came out with an advantage. Now they still are at a gold disadvantage and they're behind in the kill count, but that fight was definitely something that they want more of going forward.
Yeah, so here's the thing about that fight though, can they replicate it? I mean, Dragon's up in 18 seconds. We're probably going to see both teams converge on that area and start trying to get a team fight in. Oh, and actually some blue team aggression.
Oh, there's the ult from Pew Pew onto Inept. They're going to turn it around. Inept is ignited. Is he going to live? Yes, he's going to go down. A really solid damage from both Warwick and Syndra. The burst is so real if they can just hold you in place. Here we go. The dragon is now up. Blue team has a chance to just go take this because they've sniped the AP carry. Red team is going to do what they can. Tree Stump trying to one-man army his way in. Here he goes. There's a stun onto Sergeant Cran. Look at the damage. The wild growth comes in. Sick Grinds is getting so low. The damage from Nietzsche Please is so big. They're going to get another. Is Nietzsche Please going to get 2, 3? There he goes. One more. Can he get WGong? Nietzsche Please, are you kidding me? What a play. Red team turns it around with a man down, and they're going to get Dragon off of this.
A 2 for 5 ace and a dragon on top of that. That is the power of positioning. That place was exactly where he needed to be. He jumped in to do more damage when he needed it. He jumped out to gain that zoning against Irelia. By God, perfect positioning is what's winning these consistent fights for Red. And I was asking, can that last team fight where Blue team actually had the advantage happen again? Because the fact of the matter is, that was honestly because Red team had a really hard time grouping together properly and focusing down a single target. But in that kind of fight where Udyr is going to flash in, get wild growth, knock up 4 members, followed up by the Zyra ultimate, that is team coordination. I don't think blue team has any response to that.
Yeah, that's the AoE that they just got completely cut off. They really need to start spreading out in these team fights. but I'm not really sure how they can do that with the team comp they're given. They've got Leona, Warwick, and Irelia, who all just sort of want to jump in. They're all sort of destined to be in the same place, so they need to be really careful about how they engage from now on.
Now, we're seeing the 9K gold lead in terms of purple team's favor. Gold across the board, a little bit, actually fairly even. There's a little bit of an advantage to Nice Please, but it's not too significant because all the members are doing really well on either farm or kills. Meanwhile, the red team's response is that they have a very heavy focus gold on Syndra.
Oh my
Warwick
god,
getting
this
caught
burst.
here.
What? Burst? They didn't even need the shockwave. He just exploded. No defense, no MR on him right now. He just died to the insanely magic-heavy team comp that is red team. All he has is his Frozen Heart and Kindle Gem. He needs magic resist right now.
Yeah, I think a Spirit Visage would work amazing for him because it'd give him the cooldown reduction and it'd give him... no, Debagon's just going to be able to walk away now.
Oh, they're going to try and get... Oh, they've actually managed to catch him here. W Gong going to get knocked up. Ninja Please jumps in out of nowhere. Ninja Please is just going to tank the turret because why not? W Gong is so low, he's going to get on out of there.
Oh my god, he deals so much damage. The shields coming out from both Lulu and Orianna provide Nice Please with a lot more effective health. To the point where he's able to just jump under towers like that.
And it's going to be a turret for red side because both Graves and Leona were in the bottom lane trying to deal with Tree Stump. Tree Stump is just such a monster right now. Follow damage. Let's check on his Devourer stacks. He actually does 96 bonus damage with every auto attack. We might have another fight down here. Everyone grouping up. Tree Stump coming in from the side. Let's see if anything gets going. Here we go. The ult lands on the Ninja Please. Can they get Ninja Please? Yes! Ninja Please has been exploded. That could be it. They're going to catch Inet as well. All the carries are down for red side. Tree Stump is still going in. Tree Stump, the one-man army. Are you kidding? Tree Stump, what are you doing? That's a triple kill. He's going to get a fourth. What is happening? The damage is so strong. He's going to get a fourth here. Is he going to catch him down? There's the ace. Unreal damage from Tree Stump. They literally lost both of their carries and then just won a team fight.
You can burst down Nice Please. You can get rid of that Tristana, and you're gonna have a man who just runs in, gets a triple kill, and then starts taking a tower anyway, and then almost. Oh my god! Oh my god!
All right, so let's talk about the new inhibitor turrets.
Oh yeah, they're stronger. If you haven't noticed, they are a lot stronger.
Just so you know, Tree Stump, you are now aware.
But we've learned a very important thing. If it's an NPC, then it can kill Tristump. Otherwise, you can't kill him at all.
Yeah, no one could do it. I think they just learned to fight under tower from now on. That was insane.
I mean, they got the great burst onto Nice Please. They locked him down, but the problem is they had a lot of minions in the area. That was actually something that he got really creep blocked. Graves was falling dangerously low, and he couldn't move into position, and he spent a lot of time trying to dance around like Zyra's plants and just a random minion damage back and forth. And what Tristop was able to do was just run in and say, you know what, I'm bored of this, I'm gonna kill all of you. And when you're blocked, when you can't coordinate properly, they should have backed off of that kill, taken their advantages, but they keep turning it around and being too aggressive as they're trying to desperately make up for their deficit right now.
Yeah, now they're behind. It's almost a double the kill advantage for Team Black Dynamite. About
don't kill the Scuttle Crab.
About 15,000
yes.
Gold. Yeah, you don't want to kill it now because it only has vision for 75 seconds and it respawns 3 minutes later. So if you kill it now, it won't give you vision of anything.
Don't kill that one. Oh my god.
But he's gonna swim over here and just hang out. Woo. Very cute.
Did he mold?
No, he just dives in and then sticks out his antenna like I can see. Meanwhile, there we go. The ult's actually gonna come in, but it doesn't matter. The damage is too real from red team. They already have 2 kills. Are they gonna get a third? Sick Grimes, you have no escape. Good night. And they're actually chasing on to W Gong. Tree Stump actually by himself checking out YOLO. Boom, and now they're gonna go ahead and ace W Gong. The inhib turret still very strong. Tree Stump hasn't learned.
Oh my god, the consistent shields. He has his own shield. He has a shield from Orianna. He has a shield from Lulu. And you know what? He might as well have a shield from Zyra and Tristana. Why not?
That should be 2 inhibs right here. They're going to go ahead and push this down. Udyr has actually gone and he's going exploring. But the rest of his team going to go ahead and take down some inhibitor turrets. Lulu and Tristana going to go ahead and grab 1 inhibitor. The rest of blue team is almost up. So they need to take this very quickly. Luckily, the crazy damage that Ninja Please has to offer with the Blade of the Ruined King static shift.
Oh, and a surrender actually coming out.
So that's going to be it. Victory for Team Black Dynamite in game number 1. And now we can fix the OBS.
Oh, apparently it was working.